talks about you becoming a more vocal, demonstrative leader as the season has gone on, and how they've talked to you about that. And he said it started to come about in February when the team was 2-6. I'm just curious, what in your mind led to that and allowed you to be more comfortable to be a little more vocal and how you try to help this team through?
Just tired of losing. We went through the same stretch last year, and I didn't want the same thing to happen again. So I know leader needed to step up, and I knew that had to be me coming from the point guard. So I know a lot of guys look to me to say something, and this time to start stepping up.
For AJ, you coming in, reflecting a little bit, coming in as a transfer last year to a team that didn't make the tournament, was this kind of what you expected when you came to Wisconsin? You guys being able to be a 5 seed, you guys being able to compete at the highest level like you guys did this year?
I mean, I obviously knew we were a talented team. We had a great run at the beginning of the season. I think we won like 9 straight, so I knew that we was going to be in the tournament.
Jim?
Chucky, you were in attack mode, especially the last 2 games up in Minneapolis. What all goes into that kind of your role as a distributor at times? You also, I'm sure, want to create your own offense. What's the mindset like?
Thirsty for blood. That's all I gotta say. Thirsty for blood.
Can you elaborate on that?
Kill the instinct, everybody getting it.
AJ, to kind of follow up on that, do you remember what you were doing last year at this time? Because your season at St. John's was over. You hadn't declared about the portal yet, I don't think. So can you kind of take us back and what you were doing from the end of that season before you entered the portal, and what that was like not being able to play in any tournament?
Watching other teams get selected and just was in the gym shooting.
Steve, similar to what Chucky was asked, I guess, what do you feel like you found in these last 4 games of the tournament with your own game?
I think just changing my mindset to be more aggressive, because I think we're better when I'm aggressive, and these guys tell me that, and the coaches tell me that, and so just changing my mindset to look for mine a little bit more.
Steven, to follow up on that a little bit, does that include chirping at a certain center from Purdue and getting a technical?
I'll chirp at anyone. I don't really care who it is. So yeah, I don't know, just being a little more active out there and a little more aggressive.
To follow up on that, I don't know, what was your head coach's thought about you getting a technical? I'm sure he wasn't happy about that, but did he like the fact that you were, looked like you were sending PD messages like, hey, I'm not going anywhere, I'm here all day if you want to.
Yeah. I don't think he minded at all. I don't think anyone on the staff or any of my teammates minded, and it was kind of a 2-for-1 for me a little bit. I got 1 foul, he got 2, so it kind of worked out a little bit.
Jim?
Chucky, I don't need to remind you how the last NCAA tournament ended for you specifically. Can you talk about how hard that was first, and does that provide a little bit of extra motivation for this one?
Yeah, that was definitely hard. Going out like that, not being able to fight out there with my brothers, it's definitely tough. But I'm more experienced. I'm just trying to take it one game at a time, prepare my body for this tournament this week, and we hope to make a long run in this tournament. So we gotta do whatever we gotta do to get our bodies right, our mental right, and just go out there and compete one game at a time.
Chucky, looking ahead to James Madison, their leading scorer, he's a bit of a bigger guard, 6'6". You guys just played this, a bigger guard in Terrence Shannon. What are you guys looking to do, when you guys face a guy like that, and how are you guys maybe defensively looking to combat him?
Keep up the scoring. Simple as that. It's a very simple game, just try to eliminate the best players, and we're definitely going to try to take him out. He's a really good player. He's the best player in the league for in the conference for a reason. So, a lot of our eyes are going to be shifted on him, but they also got other players on the team as well that are really good at the point guard. They got a couple of players off the bench as well that's really good. So, we just got to keep everybody contained. That's going to be a big key for us.
In the back.
AJ, I know the other day Sunday you were talking about how defensively you committed more and feel like you've grown on the defensive end. Just what's gone into that? What's the conversation been like with the coaching staff and your teammates about being more dedicated on the defense defensive end, or how have you grown in that aspect?
I'm just really trying to, be a two-way player, more of a better two-way player. Just being able to, because I know I can score on whoever's guarding me, but just locking down them when they're on the offensive side too.
Jeff?
Chucky, from the day you got here, you've talked about the fact that you love to set other people up, defend and facilitate. But you've been more assertive offensively. Is it a difficult transition if they say, Chucky, we need more scoring today, or if you sense in the game that you need to be more assertive offensively, or is it easy for you to flip that switch?
It was hard during the season to kind of find out what my role was. But as the season went on, I kind of just got the feel for the game. And once you get that feel for the game, you kind of just flip that switch really easily. And that's what I was able to do over the weekend. And I found a lot of confidence in myself doing like that. So it gives me a lot of confidence going into March Madness.
In the back?
Chucky, I don't know if anybody asked you this Sunday, but when Selection Sunday is going on, everybody's around you on their phones and applauding and stuff, and you look pretty angry, obviously, after the loss. I mean, what was going through your mind there, and how do you move forward for that? And like you said, stay hungry for blood.
Yeah, my mindset is you gotta take it one game at a time. Been here before, and we lost the second round, and I don't want to just go make March Madness. I want to make a deep run in this tournament. So, I'm just trying to lock in, make sure my teammates are locked in, and I really want to make a deep run in this tournament.
Michael? Chucky, you obviously missed the game Friday. How much of this week is just, at the early part of the week, just trying to get better, healthy, like with the whole team?
Yeah, that's a huge part of the league, just trying to get our body right, physically, but also being able to get extra reps up, because that's going to be huge. Get the shots count in March, and if you can't knock down shots, you're going to have a quick exit in March. So.
Rohan?
Steven, looking at the matchup, there's a bit of a size advantage where you're going to be the tallest player on the court. When you kind of see that, does that kind of tell you might need to be a little more aggressive on offense, or aggressive on both sides of the ball in that case?
I don't really think so. I think it's just whoever we play, I gotta be more aggressive. It doesn't really matter on the matchup, whether it's Zach Edey or a smaller guy on me. Just trying to be aggressive in all facets of the game, no matter who's on me.
Steven, when you talk about last week and being more successful on the offensive side, I mean, has part of that been finding more confidence and once you get on a run of being able to score, how much does that roll into the next game with just being more confident?
I think for any player, after you see a couple buckets drop or a couple threes or free throws drop, you get a little bit more confident, and they start falling for you. And I think it just all goes back to my mindset, like I was telling him, and I have great teammates who set me up and find me in open spots.
All good? Okay, thanks guys. We'll have Coach Guard coming in a minute.